Welcome. Thank you for asking me to present to you today. It's an honour to be here. My name is Paul Silcock from Cumulus Consultants. I'm going to present to you on a project we undertook for Cambridgeshire Acre and the Fens Biosphere Steering Group over the summer. It involved a small team comprising Esther Kieboom, Matt Raymond, Charlotte Whiston and myself. The aim was to show how a UNESCO biosphere designation can bring social and economic value to the Fens and enable the Fens to become a leader in sustainable growth and development. It shows how a biosphere can help local authorities achieve their ambitions by facilitating good, sustainable and inclusive growth. The Fens biosphere comprises somewhere near 2,800 square kilometres across 4 counties, 7 district councils, 1 city council and 1 unitary authority. The report we put together, which is on the Fens Biosphere website, draws on evidence from other biospheres, local authority strategies and plans, and socio-economic data. It includes an assessment of how biosphere designation links with economic, social and environmental impact, all within the context of local issues, challenges, policies and plans, and how this develops over time. We'll look at that a little later. During this presentation, we'll cover off the key findings from the report over the next 20 minutes or so, and then there'll be a time of Q&A and discussion. So why a Fens biosphere? As you know, the Fens is a unique area with a strong natural and cultural heritage linked to its rich peat soils, waterways and wetlands, its network of historic cities, market towns and villages, and a diverse economy ranging from farming and food production through to science and technology. The Fens also has its challenges, however. The region is experiencing peat loss, habitat fragmentation, and increasing water scarcity. High growth areas are subject to increasing population and development pressure, while elsewhere deprived areas have relatively high unemployment and social issues. A COVID-19 related recession has hit the economy, and climate change can be expected to exacerbate or introduce new challenges. A Fens biosphere provides an opportunity to bring people, nature and science together to promote innovative, sustainable solutions to help address these challenges and create a stronger, more resilient Fens. It can be the catalyst for achieving a sustainable living Fens landscape, supporting more and better spaces for nature and a better place for people to live, work and enjoy. This includes developing a shared, joined up vision with a wide range of stakeholders working together, strengthening the area's identity, adding value to the Fens, and helping to facilitate its regeneration. Crucially, rather than restricting or hindering ambitions for a better economy and society, a Fens biosphere can open up new opportunities and accelerate positive economic, social and environmental change. A biosphere will add value and over time facilitate regeneration. It will include accelerating the transformation to sustainability in farming, society-wide commitment to managing natural resources responsibly, future-proofing against climate change, developing a biosphere brand for the Fens as a good place to visit and relocate, diversification of the economy, leveraging in investment and achieving better returns on investment, and building an international profile and reputation, thereby generating additional investment. A Fens biosphere covers all 3 legs of the sustainability stool, but our focus is particularly on the economic and social. In the report, we show how these are dependent on and can benefit from enhancing the environment and addressing environmental issues, risks and opportunities. The focus of our report is on adding value. A Fen's biosphere will fit with and complement international, national and local policies for sustainable development, including the UN Sustainable Development Goals. The diagram on the right illustrates the importance of biosphere, i.e. land, water and climate action, to our society and the economy. Also, UK net zero emissions target, the Cambridgeshire and Peterborough Strategic Spatial Framework, the local industrial strategy, Cambridgeshire Climate Change and Environment Strategy, the Doubling Nature Vision for Nature and Natural Capital Investment Plan for Cambridgeshire and Peterborough, and local authorities' local plans, green infrastructure strategies, health and well-being plans, climate strategies and action plans, and economic development plans. What does a Fen's biosphere mean for the economy? This table shows some of the current issues affecting the economy, with the outcomes under business as usual and what might be expected with a Fen's biosphere. The agri-food sector dominates, but is vulnerable. Natural assets under stress, loss of income, increasing costs and trade uncertainty is putting GVA at risk in the agri-food sector. Under a biosphere, we could expect a more sustained and growing GVA, or gross value added, environmentally friendly farming and circular economy, agri-tech, which is already growing, finding solutions to some of these environmental and land-based challenges, and the agri-food sector becoming increasingly resilient. The second issue is Cambridge, the Cambridge effect, the Cambridge superstar hub sucking in all the talent. The risk is that the Fens hinterland will lose out to these growth areas. Under a biosphere, we can expect the Fens as a whole to be seen as a good place to live, work and invest. The Fens potential within the wider sub-regional economy is realised, and there's a more balanced and resilient economy. The third issue is lack of job and business opportunities in the rural economy. The Fens have an image problem. Cultural heritage is undervalued and they're not seen as a place to go. This is putting employment at risk, and visitor economy opportunities are not fully explored and taken advantage of. Under a biosphere, people can work together to change the perception of the Fens. The Fens can become a good place to live and work and to invest, building sustainable houses, green infrastructure, and creating opportunities in the green economy. And the Fens biosphere brand can be built. Picking up on that last point, a key benefit of UNESCO Biosphere designation is the identity and branding opportunities it brings to an area. It can add value to local products and services and drive tourism. That's been the case in Switzerland with the Entelbuch brand you'll see on the left there. A Fens biosphere could contribute in a number of ways. The development of a brand or standard for Fen-friendly food and other products, providing opportunities for local farmers and growers to access new markets and add value. It could contribute to the visitor economy, raising the profile and enhancing the image of the Fens area as a whole. A biosphere would complement and strengthen existing local initiatives. It would support sustainable and ecotourism, thereby growing the market and increasing the economic value of tourism based on the area's rich natural and cultural resources, including local food and drink. It could also raise understanding and awareness of the area's fantastic cultural heritage, its history and its archaeology, as well as its diverse environmental assets. This would strengthen the area's identity for residents and visitors alike, and also generate interest and leverage investment to develop sustainable cultural and visitor attractions, further enhancing the area's attractiveness. In addition to outcomes, we show the different ways in which a Fens biosphere will contribute to society and economy, the processes in which it will contribute. In this case, we'll look at communities, placemaking, and quality of life, all very important for local authorities, towns, parishes, all of you in fact. A biosphere will add value and over time reduce inequalities. You can do this by raising understanding of the local environment, creating pride in place, nudging people to adopt green behaviours and healthy lifestyles, supporting education, training, skills and job opportunities, and contributing to better infrastructure through environmental design and planning, and increasing the return on investment and levering in additional funding. One of the case studies we included in the report looks at supporting and enhancing sustainable development and focuses on Wisbech Garden Town, which aims to transform the fortunes of the market town. A Fens biosphere could contribute to Wisbech Garden Town in a number of ways, enhancing the design and implementation with a focus on a high quality and environment for all, benefiting quality of life, health and well-being, and long-term sustainability. Also engaging the local community so everyone is involved in shaping and benefiting from the garden town. Developing the education and skills offer to include environmental planning, design, construction, and management. Thereby enhancing opportunities for professional and skilled employment. And then raising the tourism image and profile of the town with a particular focus on sustainable tourism, with the environmental enhancements complementing the area's rich cultural heritage. How can a Fens biosphere help with natural resources, the natural environment and climate resilience? Well, a biosphere can be expected to add value and over time build resilience by developing a shared understanding of the Fens natural capital and how best to care for it, supporting a community-based climate change programme, promoting knowledge exchange and showcasing best practice in agriculture, water management and green infrastructure, and collaborating with stakeholders to reverse biodiversity loss. A biosphere can combine adding value to existing natural environment, climate change and sustainable land management work, and also raising understanding and engagement across wider society and the economy. So who is involved with a Fens biosphere and how does it work? Well, we'd expect a biosphere to bring people and organisations together to develop a shared understanding of the Fens and a vision, to complement and strengthen local initiatives, and for collaboration with a range of stakeholders, and the Fens biosphere to be about promoting knowledge exchange and showcasing best practice. This slide shows the Fens biosphere pathway from the current day up until 2050. In the report, we detail the actions, outputs, medium and long-term outcomes and impacts by 2050. The slide shows a summary of that, starting with developing the biosphere proposal. Then, in the short term, a more joined up vision and strategy for the area will be developed. New partnerships and joint funding bids would be made. Then in the medium term, by 2030, we could expect new investment, successful initiatives to tackle climate challenges and enhance nature, develop the green economy, and a greater sense of optimism. Then in the longer term, by 2050, one could expect enhanced gross value added, an improved natural environment, net zero carbon, sustainable soils and water management, and stronger, more inclusive communities. This change doesn't happen overnight, but will build up over time. In the report, we include a number of process and outcome metrics to measure the progress and success of the biosphere. The process metrics are relevant to the short to medium term, whereas the outcome metrics relate to the longer term and, where possible, can align with existing national and regional indicators. Of course, the biosphere would only be one factor influencing these outcomes, but they would encourage focus on the desired changes and provide an indication of success. Examples of some of the metrics that could be used to measure progress with the Fens biosphere are shown on the screen. So for actions and outputs, these might include the completion of a Fens biosphere strategy, the number of partnerships which support the biosphere, funding bids which are linked to the biosphere, and a sample survey showing public awareness of the biosphere. In terms of outcomes and impacts, these are split into three. So for example, healthy environment outcomes. Metrics could include water usage, for example, total cubic meters or cubic meters per household, greenhouse gas emissions, the extent and condition of habitats and species richness and abundance, or flood risk and costs. The second category of outcome metrics would relate to communities and could include an index of multiple deprivation, access to or use of green space, and the proportion of the local population that is positive about the Fens. And the third category of outcome metric could relate to a prosperous economy. For example, the amount of investment in infrastructure to improve mobility, the amount of funding leveraged into the area, gross value added, and economic activity as a percentage of the population. In summary, a Fens biosphere is about bringing people together to create a shared vision for the future, promoting sustainable growth and development, growing and diversifying the economy, benefiting local communities and reducing social inequalities, protecting and investing in the area's natural and cultural capital, and building resilience. I'd now like to open the floor for any questions you might have on the presentation or our report. I think we'll have time for a number of questions. We'll then revert to a panel discussion shortly, and I very much encourage you all to stay on for that so that we can hear your views and obtain your feedback. Thank you very much.